PS football, yes, I baby, and I know, yeah, share Jose Mourinho returned to the Bernabeu reception, and to say it was a game players in almost everyone on the field, any A game, scoring 4 goals, which is to the advantage of the Portuguese are returning to Spain after a very long time. Now, Real Madrid a win, no, and some maybe never, I be more referred to Mourinho said now he lose. A bit calm, unlike the Mourinho that came some years ago. I responded to that question. Sanso and then Rodri ebe making a debut for FC Barcelona, Abrantia na both Real Madrid and Barca a penal or achieve a lot. Yes, in terms of achievement and success, and there will be no need for him to either go to Real Madrid or Barcelona. But was signing for Barca, first game no Barcelona. You better send a game, no, ebeko. Now, as usual, my brother Michael Saribodo you be discussing the issues was Spain, and most importantly, the perfect start to life at Bernabeu, Edema, Jose Mourinho, and then Real Madrid this particular season. Kylian Mbappe continued from where he left off, even at the World Cup. Oche said he's a real goal scorer. And Osanya goes in the B. Michael, share Mourinho. We back here, Metima can say one of the dream starts of every manager I'll call big club. What has been the difference this time? Mourinho, as most pundits can he looks much more calmer than the Mourinho we knew, and then okay, tactically everybody is ready to give their all for him. At the end of the year, the difference from that Jose Mourinho.
I think it's the occasion. At a time Madrid are not winning. Omako 2 consecutive seasons without winning the league, and then even last season they went trophyless. And clearly there is that hunger. Said the Barca, the Madrid players also want to prove a point that they are equally as capable. And don't forget that before Mbappe joining, they literally won everything there is to win, bar the Copa del Rey. So the players are hungry and they are willing to cope. And then also they are willing to work with Mourinho and in Nyoma. And I expected a start like this, Obo first game, now Obo second game against teams who are yet to settle, teams who are yet to get into the group. Yes, Espanyol took the game to Real Madrid, but you always emphasize per the individual quality in the Real Madrid team. A drew stage here, they will tap into that well. No may be a paid now Omodiania Espanyol for then Carlos SP and then in the game against Sociedad. If you've monitored the recent trends, last head-to-head matches between them, Madrid have always had the upper hand over Sociedad. So there was always going to be that moment where that dominance unity. First half not so good, second half I think it was brilliant. And then again Mourinho's experience is also helping. Unlike the previous Mourinho, said he was mostly animated or a touchliner. Now as a Mourinho to Toto Ninsaye and your man and your man Sisakakra, he's calm. It is a own potemuna, yes, a papa be your old soldier. Now what be son story? Say, Papa, we come on or Sisunoya branching and not seeing any swear Sheba. Or drew the 50s, 60s now bones were calmed down kakra. And you're Dane or Hodie, but he's not as aggressive and intense to say no, you're during the youthful days. And he similar to Mourinho. You won't see him as animated as ever. But now the maturity no emano wisdom, the experience no emano selsio no emo to me players ne relating hunos nioma enra. Or even if there was one gesture I was watching, he waited for Vini to approach him. It means Mourinho is now willing to or bend kakra just because he's someone who works on your mindset. He wants to enter into your head. He wants to make you feel say oh Bob Mourinho team then you want to kill yourself for Mourinho. And the best way to show it now is a true love. Support. Vini, amount for Bonnet Mourinho say more yet on one meternity. I will support him. And that is one way to win over the players. And I think it is positive. But again, they were able to realize their wins. I don't think that Madrid have been purely like overly tactical in the 2 games of Mabo. You look at some 1 or 2 instances where individual players have carried the team along. I think so far, our best player in the 2 games has been Jude Bellingham. He's come very prepared. Season Nashasi. Season Nashasi. He's a player who looks sharp, who looks ready, and what G team in the Madrid well. Yeah, positive. Just the Washasi, no. Was set a standard you are who to sustain it, and then again, or catch any teammates and say, this is what you have to do to catch up.
Yeah,
I mean, team are fiercely competitive.
Yeah.
Maybe a map element was a belly. I may pay a modern boy, and a map is a hat trick. Me, Vinny was a map, so she goes now. Miss Pajama modern boy. Vinny had a goal and had an assist, 2 goal involvement. What am I saying here? The belly I may is setting the pace for the others to follow, and I think Mourinho will be very pleased. I think that so far, Madrid doing their business well on the field of play, but they haven't clicked fully yet, or more hit a full gear, and I want to see when that happens. But so far, it's so good.
So Real Madrid, share that our top gear, but they've been very effective and efficient. And we can say when the season as it progresses, and also when you're more format, that's when or much more unstoppable. Now, Rodri, the rancor surrounding the transfer, or stay put at City, or Real Madrid, and he ended up at Barcelona and won the first game. The expectation is that Barca Asenya Busquets that they lost so many seasons ago. At the end, Rodri added differently to Barcelona. Does it make them much more stronger? Because domestic dominance in there, Barcelona or that. Beyond that, targeting the Champions League. Rodri alone as a son, Bibiana.
Yeah, I think it makes them very difficult to play against. So, watch a Hansi Flick team anymore. One thing that you can just fully say or say in a convincing manner, and they say they attack with that directness.
Yeah.
But at times, Barca lack control, kakra. Control, I say, manage game. Barca could score like 5, and still they'll be playing through a similar pattern with a similar pace or direction. At times, we hear control, and that is why
Benfica game
exactly
won by 5.
Exactly. Until mostly na Barca games na be give and take. But there are times I also revise our strategy. Maybe Hansi Flick did not really have the personnel in the middle to do that. Mostly, Frankie de Jong has not been available. And he's one player closer to Rodri or Mau controlling games. Pedri and Frankie have not really played for a very consistent period to say DBA. And that is what Rodri brings to the team. One, he brings experience, maturity. But on the field of play, he brings control. Ability, so obetimi aje ball na ball distribution. Inti Barca she 2-0, 3-0. No person ni opponent ni free man. Rodri is the weapon. Again, Barca and Shebe 0-0. When they still want to control the game and then have the dominance of Moshena, he's still the one to do it. He gives you quality on the ball and quality without the ball. And he's able to retrieve possession from deep. And there's a center back no going to me and pass and bar. Rodri no offer himself as an outlet, beje ball no boa. So he helps in the first phase of build-up. Then circulation or the ball nichima until Bekwa. It helps the team to understand positioning and then also movement, which is very crucial for a team or more person or more building up from the back to say Barcelona. And then even in going forward, again, he can play a part. Rodri, on some occasions, with Manchester City, and even for the Spanish national team, say he forays forward and then on your opportunity to a shot. So I think he's an all-rounder. I like the Busquets and Busquets specialized in one aspect. Rodri has added other aspects to his game, and I think a very, very positive team Barcelona. Again, keeping the opponent at bay without possession. This is what he does. He's able to help Barca's rest defense. Send your Barca ball into the bio into one transitioning attack from the opponent. So match the ball if Barca or no more attack it. I was a Barca central defender quite foul no card. And then I just had red card.
Turnovers, no.
So when they turn the ball over, now someone like Rodri who is able to plant himself on the rest defense, not automatic effort of opponent. Send your baby we need one in term no masanso recycle the attack opponent. No, he does that job excellently for them. So I think Rodri is a complete player. I mean, I've said this. Barca invested heavily in reputation. ne concern kakra the physical reliability, the age, the dodgy injury record. Can they have Rodri for a consistent period? They're very crucial. But I think he brings something different to this Barca team, and truly, he improves them. He makes them stronger than they were last season.
Yeah, Michael Saribodou now, Ote Ninkana about Rodri and what he brings to the party in terms of Barcelona and Omoquest Liga, Omoji and Ache about 11 years ago. Ache, they would want to fight and win. And Rodri at Manchester City, but Barca is different. But Michael, I'm a breakdown. I will near more the only concern about Barca fans, Ebenyane say, Sir Rodri and stay fitter, it creates a problem. But when he's fit, serving as a defensive mechanism, or serving as an anchor orchestrator. So, Sani Ekabiano, all the fellas at the weekend, Saturday, Premier League, Elcoso, La Liga, and other leagues, on Saturday, a bed drop betting codes in the way, SBS football on YouTube. What the unnecessary crama, subscribe and share. Now, near being so, it should be together. Na young group page, Edamasi.